Hey man, tough game against the Dallas Cowboys. Was able to pull off the victory, 23-17. Garoppolo 16 to 25, 172 yards. Did have the interception in the second half. Elijah Mitchell, Elijah Mitchell finished with just under 100 yards. He had 96 yards off 27 attempts. Uh, and that was basically the game. Debo Samuels, what he had, 10 attempts, 72 yards rushing. And everybody saw the big one at the end. Didn't quite get the first down, but hell of a run nonetheless. Tough game, big bro. What you think? We on the Green Bay next, but tell me what you think about this one.
Well, they got the victory, and we've been saying these boys got steel guts. Well, it was it was put to the test today, but when you got steel guts, you find a way to get it done. So they got it done. Of course, we want y'all to like, subscribe, comment on the channel. It's been a blessed weekend, man, because we had Wayne Breezy on, who was at the game. I'm gonna be trying to link up with him via the text, to get his thoughts and stuff on it and stuff being in the stadium, and amongst the Cowboy fans and the faithful. But yeah, man, it was like we kind of said last week, it was a tale of two halves. The first half it was us, and the second half it wasn't so much them. It was us allowing them to kind of get back in the game. You get a defensive line props, man. They had 5 or 6 sacks. They was on that. D'Amico came with the blitzes at the right time. They made the plays when they needed to make the plays. K1 got the interception, which allowed them to get the touchdown and push it to 23-7. Dallas came back and got the field goal. Then they got another touchdown that, ran it in on the 3rd and goal. Coverage was good. That just lost to contain, and he got in there. But that's why I'm saying we got steel guts, man. Fred Warner got hurt. First, when he was showing it on the field, it looked like he tore his knee up, but it was the ankle. So hopefully he could play, coming forward. Bosa, got the concussion friendly fire, so he was out. Hopefully he can clear the concussion protocol, and if we can get them back, we got a chance. That's all. At this stage in the game and the playoffs, it's survive and advance. It's like the NCAA tournament. It's survive and advance. Man, it don't matter how you get it, as long as you get it. Because if you get it, you go on. So we know, just looking forward a little bit, they're gonna have to play way better than this to beat the Packers. Packers got the home field advantage, the cheeseheads, Aaron Rodgers, they're gonna be fully healthy coming off a bye. You know what I'm saying? They full team out there. We, gonna be as healthy as we can be, but anything can happen at this point. So, like I said, I think, just the way they started the game was perfect, man. They came out, established a running game. Well, really, they came out throwing the ball. Got the ball to the playmakers, got the ball to IU, got the ball to Debo on a couple of passes. Kittle, they got to give Dallas credit. They took Kittle away. Now, Jimmy found him, for the one catch, and then on the one where he looked like he was trying to get the extra yards and fumble, that was a drop pass. Now, I'm not going to say Jimmy didn't make mistakes. Really, he didn't make mistakes. It was a couple passes he was high on. The one when Ayuk shook Diggs on that route and had the corner route. If Jimmy laid out there right, man, he probably running on the sideline for a touchdown. He missed that one. Then on a pick, he just threw it high, but he was on the run. That's not Jimmy game throwing on a run. But I'm not going to take nothing away from Jimmy. Jimmy still made the plays that needed to be made at the moment that needed to be done to get it done. Okay, the special teams, y'all gave up the fake punt. I don't know what y'all was thinking about. Y'all was figuring they was just gonna punt it. Y'all got caught slipping with that. Okay. Then on the play where it was a perfect play call by Kyle, with the toss sweep, to get the first down to Debo. Okay. Now the rest missed that. Trent Williams didn't move early. They moved before he was set when they moved. So they missed that. So, like I said, in the overall scheme of things, the first half is the way that we want them to play, and they was, that's us at our best, coming in and playing like right in that moment. Second half, like I said, they made enough plays to win the game, but you're gonna have to play a complete 4-quarter game if you're gonna beat Green Bay. But we know that, and they know that. So they're gonna have to raise their level of play to do that. But like I said, it's survive in advance. Okay. We played Green Bay early in the year. They only beat us because Aaron Rodgers got them down there in scoring position to kick the field goal. We was up by a point, and then they kicked it in 1/3 of the 28. So
Right.
we can play with them. We're gonna need our full team healthy. We're gonna need Bosa back out there. We're gonna need Fred back out there. We're gonna need Jordan Willis. We're gonna need everybody, to do that. But I think in that matchup, you're gonna have to throw the ball more because you're not gonna hold Aaron Rodgers down that much. You got Devontae Adams, you got a lot of the weapons that they have. Then you can't sleep on their running game. They got two good running backs. They got Dylan and they got the other guy who I can't think of his name, but
That's
so
very true.
we gonna have to raise our game. Kyle gonna have to, and we don't know what the weather gonna be like, starting off, going into that one. But like I said last week, we built for it, but Jimmy gonna have to make those throws. But man, we ain't got nothing to lose. Like I said, all of this is house money, man. We playing this is like gravy train. We we ain't got nothing to lose. We ain't gonna be favored. They're probably gonna be maybe a touchdown favorite. I'm gonna just say I don't know what it's gonna find the line will be, but like I said, let's just go back to focusing on this. Like I said, they made enough plays to get the victory. And like I said, you give D'Amico credit, man. He had a good plan against them. Like I said, Dallas didn't really do nothing with the run. You know what I'm saying? So that was never really a factor there, as far as them running the ball. We dominated the offensive line, which we had talked about,
And they pretty much
last
shut
weekend.
down CD
I felt,
Lamb. That CD Lamb ain't
yeah,
really
that's what I'm
doing
saying.
nothing
We
yet.
dominated the offensive line, which I felt that we could do. Now Dallas killed themselves too with all of the penalties they had. So offensive. See, we won the game at the line of scrimmage. We won it on our offensive line and we won it on our defensive line because a lot of the penalties that their defensive line got, Randy Gregory, stupid penalties. It was a lot of all sides, neutral zone infractions in the offensive line. It was holding, those kind of things. Now the penalties we got was maybe some, regular little calls that we get. Really like I said, for the first half, they played clean. I don't think they had but the one penalty. And the second half, they kind of was getting a little sloppy. And that's why I'm saying they're going to have to raise their level of play. You ain't going to be able to do that against Green Bay and think you're going to survive that. You're going to have to play a 4-quarter game against them. You're going to have to play your best all 4 quarters against them because of the fact that you're playing in Green Bay. So, like I said, you look at the penalties that they had. You look at kind of how sloppy it was, but then you give Dallas credit. Dallas played. Their defense was a little more better against us in the second half. They responded to the challenge and responded to being behind. They had to start playing desperate, so they was gonna be more aggressive. They was gonna be more attacking, type defense. But overall, like I said, in the big scheme of things, you know, um, they did what they needed to do. They did enough of what they had to do. Really, they won the game. If you want to look at it, they won the game in the first half because to hold them to 7 points when they're scoring 30 points on average every game in a regular season means that your defense was dominating them. And that's what we was warning from jump. We know we had to win the game in the trenches. Now, I think some of the little calls they had against Trent Williams and Laken Tomlinson, I think Trent maybe, okay, you didn't play last week. Maybe you was a little off. You was a little rusty, whatever, that kind of thing. So we could attribute that, maybe your penalties to that because you don't really get no penalties. You be basically the best left tackle in football. Outside of the one pick, Jimmy was clean with the ball. He made the throws he needed to make. He didn't force the ball. And like I said, on the pick, he just threw it high. Like I said, if you hit that pass Ayuk, we probably get in scoring range to get it to 26 or maybe even get 30, and then the game is out of reach. So it just missed throws here and there, and that's the throws that you're going to have to make against Green Bay. You're not going to be able to miss the throws you have to make. And then I think, too, in the second half where in the first half, you were getting those first downs and you were moving the ball, you started getting the third and long situations. which allowed them to come with their blitzes and their pressure, which caused you to get out of rhythm. Now, you still was able to get the ball off for the most part. I don't think Jimmy maybe was sacked maybe once. So the line, for the most part, kept you protected, which we talked about, which was important. But the running game allows you to be protected because now you taking the steam out of the pass rush if you got to consistently be playing the run. Now, to me, in this game, and I think they should have maybe gave Jeff Wilson more of a run. You're gonna have to give. You can't just let it be Debo and Elijah running the ball. To me, you're gonna need Debo to be more of a receiver in this next round as opposed to the running back. This game, yeah, because they were, they weren't that great, Dallas as far as stopping a run. But against Green Bay, you're gonna have to throw it more than you maybe threw it in this game, especially if you do get behind, because Aaron Rodgers, if you give him time, I don't care how good your coverage is, he gonna pick it apart. So we know we're gonna have to have our defensive line out there. This may be the game, like I think we talked about in the pregame. Y'all didn't play Hurst in this one, but they're a little dinged up. Every kind was a little dinged up. Willis was dinged up. Bosa was out. You're gonna need all of your best defensive linemen out there to consistently go against him and their running game. Because, like I said, they got two good running backs as well. So, like I said, we'll delve into that going forward. But for right now, they did enough to get the victory. They made enough plays to get the victory. The defense, with the sacks and the pressure, really held Dak down. Dak was able to get out of the pocket at times and made some throws. He missed some throws too. Like I said, their running game was never a factor, which, played into us being able to just go and tee off, because that's the way we want to play. We know we got the depth and the strength and the beef in the trenches that keep coming at you in those waves. So that's important as well. And then, like I said, the secondary for the most part held up. Amber Thomas, you really never was threatened. E-Man, you gave us some passes to Amari, but Amari is a pro wide receiver. He know how to run those routes.
Yes,
but
sir.
Dallas never really took no shots over your head. See, Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be afraid to take those shots, especially if he can get you in the hard snap counts and those type of situations, free plays. So he ain't gonna be afraid to throw it up to his receivers. He ain't gonna be afraid to throw it up because they're gonna figure, okay, well, y'all improved, but let's see if we can get y'all to go back to what y'all was doing in the beginning, which was getting all those PIs. You see, so like I said, we know just analyzing it and looking at it, and just instant reaction off of the game, that they're gonna have to raise their level of play in order to beat Green Bay. It's possible because we do match up with them, and we have matched up well with them. Now they getting Bakhtiari back, their left tackle, but I still think we can get pressure, consistent pressure, with our front foot, because we ain't gonna be able to blitz Aaron Rodgers. We just not. I can't see them doing it. Now you're not gonna be able to do it consistently. You might have to do it sometimes.
Sneaking in here now.
Certain situations. Yeah. So, like I said, offensively, Kyle had a good plan. He stuck to the plan. He gonna stick to the plan. This is the way we built. To run the ball. Jimmy with a quick, short, passing game, run out the catch. Like I said, Kittle's gonna have to bring his, be more engaged and involved, as well. In this game, it's gonna be more on Jimmy. I still think we can mix the run and those kind of things, but y'all gonna have to get the ball to your playmakers against Green Bay, because you're not gonna hold Green Bay to no 17 points. You're gonna have to score 30 points to beat them, and you're gonna need some turnovers and some lucky breaks to beat them. And then you're gonna have to be more sound in the special teams, because y'all should have never got caught with the fake punt or with the pass off the fake punt. So I'm sitting there like, man, okay, Howard Tyrell, why was y'all prepared for that? You know what I'm saying? But Dallas do have one of the best special teams coaches over there. I forget his name. He's one of the excellent special teams coaches. So they were already ahead of you. As far as the special teams go, Got to give Robbie his props. He was on point with the field goals. Wisnowski, you punted and the hang time was good. Y'all gave up a little slippage and a little run on Pilot at times, but for the most part, y'all was there. You know, y'all had the one running into the kicker penalty. I think I was getting the Starbucks with them kids, and I'm listening to it and while I'm driving, I'm like, damn, man, what y'all doing? Y'all had just got off because y'all had just got them on the third down. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all got to clean up the penalties. You got to, you know, you're gonna have to be aggressive, which I think Kyle was aggressive when he felt when you could feel the momentum shifting. He came right back with the play action to get the pass to get the first down because he's already figuring what Dallas figuring we're gonna try to be conservative and run the ball. So it wasn't that he didn't stay aggressive, you know, it just got to the point to where there was those certain third downs in the second half that they didn't convert on, but you give the defense prop, they held y'all, you know, they held up, they ended a bargain. So overall, like I said, good team win. We survive in advance and go forward. Like I said, we know we're gonna need Fred out there, so hopefully the ankle injury he can get out there and contribute, and, you know, be out there next week. You know, Aisha, yeah, you was good. Dre, you was fine. You know, so secondary taught you wouldn't. Jimmy was solid. Corners was solid. You know what I'm saying? Defensive line, y'all won the game. And that's a testament because you thinking, okay, well, Bosa can't come back. That's a huge chunk of your pass rush that ain't gonna be out there to get that pressure. But the Jordan Willises of the world, the Abby Kines of the world, you know, DJ, y'all better pay DJ Jones. That's all I know. Y'all can't let that boy go nowhere. You gotta pay DJ Jones his money. Okay. He on a 1-year deal. Jimmy, we love you. If you get us there and you win it, that's great. But if not, that 25 million, y'all got to give a chunk of that 25 to DJ. Y'all cannot lose DJ Jones. DJ Jones have turned into a star form at that nose tackle position. 6th-round pick. Okay. So you got to pay him. Him and Armstead, man, holding it down inside. That's what I'm saying. It's going to be hard for Green Bay to run inside against them, you know, because you can put them there. You got Kentavious Street, you got Givens. That's why I was forgetting Givens. Givens played good. We got enough depth and we got enough, you know, flexibility at all those positions to consistently come at you in waves. D'Amico know he got to depend upon that front in order to get it done. So, like I said, man, you give him the props for being able to get in there and make the plays and do the things they needed to do, you know, to get the victory. So, like I said, you know, going forward now, we can turn the page to the Green Bay Packers. We know it's going to be a challenge. Let's hope the weather ain't no snowstorm there. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be cold, but let's hope the weather be good to where we can throw the ball and be able to make plays and do things. But overall, like I said, they won the game in the first half. You know, Dallas kind of killed itself with the penalties, self-inflicted wounds. You know, like I said, the thing to me they got to do is y'all got to clean up the penalties and y'all got a little sloppy in the second half. You know, but what we talked about at halftime rung true. They got, you know, they got that first possession. They got him off the field until he ran into the kicker. But then y'all got the turnover, and then they converted off of the turnover. So we didn't turn it over. Well, we did one. They got one. We got one. So it evened out. That was a wash, which we know they was a ball hawking defense and got defensive touchdowns here and there and everywhere. So, you know, like I said, the game plan for the Cowboys was the way that it needed to be. Now, Kyle, y'all got to come with your best game plan of the year, offensively and defensively against Green Bay, against Aaron Rodgers. And it can be done. You know, it's not impossible for us to get the victory. We gonna need them to kind of help us too, which, you know, Aaron ain't really turning the ball over. But like I said, right now, you know, we said it quite a bit. We the one team nobody want to see come playoff time, and that's ringing true for right now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I think, just overall solid. I wouldn't say there was no zeros today, as far as a hero and a zero. I think the hero, if there was a hero of the game, was our defensive line and our offensive line at times, just being able to control the line of scrimmage. Um, and like I said, I wouldn't say there was a zero. If there was a zero, it would be the fake punt pass, where y'all got caught slipping on that,
Josh Norman.
yeah, that kind of thing. But like I said, overall, y'all were fine. Like I said, it's hard to go into any stadium on the road and pull out a victory. But Kyle had the right game plan and made the right calls and they made the right plays at the right time to get us this victory. So I think they know they didn't play their best in the second half. So I know that's one of the things that you'll hear in the press conferences and and those type of things. You will hear them say, "Yeah, we played well, but we could have played better." And really, if they convert some of those third downs where Robin don't have to kick field goals, if they score touchdowns, the game way out of reach. And that's what I'm saying. Y'all are gonna have to play the first half for 4 quarters against Green Bay, which means Kyle, you're gonna have to be aggressive, maybe more aggressive than you have been, because you know who you're facing on the other side. So they're gonna have to replicate the first half, but do it for 4 quarters against Green Bay. And if they can do that, they'll have a chance to win the game. So just the fact that they've made it to the divisional round based off of everything that have happened this year, they started all 2-0, then they went to 3-5. They've had the injuries. They picked themselves off the mat. They had the Tennessee game where they should have won that one to make it a little situation easier. But you came back from 17 against the Rams to win the game. Now you was up, and then you had to hold on. They battle tested. That still guts is holding true. You see what I'm saying? So now, even if they were to get down in the game against Green Bay, they got to believe that they could still come back and make those plays. So I don't see where it's going to be a blowout by any stretch of the imagination, unless, they just totally, the wheels just come off, which I don't foresee. So it'll be another hard fought game, close game, but they're going to have to raise their level of play to have a chance against Green Bay, which Jimmy's going to have to, we're going to have to put the ball in Jimmy's hands a little bit more than maybe we might want to. And that's going to be based off how the game flow and everything else, So, but for right now, let's celebrate this dub. We got it. We made the plays we needed to make. And that's the main thing. We held on at the end, so we knew it wasn't going to be easy, And then sometimes in a divisional game, sometimes, to start the playoffs, you need this type of game. If you just go out there and just blow a team out, then, that's cool because, mentally it's like, okay, well, man, we beast it out there. You know what I'm saying? But then you could come back the next week thinking like, oh, it's going to be easy breezy. And then you get your head smashed in. As opposed to this game where, okay, y'all came out, bam, bam. It was kind of like the Tennessee game. Y'all came out, y'all jumped on them early, but then y'all let them come back. But the difference was in this one, y'all made enough plays to finish the game where you didn't do it against Tennessee. So it was kind of like y'all learned y'all lesson a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So to me, maybe this was the game that y'all needed just in terms of, what? We was high and we had all the momentum, and then they came rushing back, and we had to do enough just to hold on to win. So it's gonna put on their mind to be like, what? We gotta raise our level because it's not the next round is a higher level. You're playing the number 1 seed in the conference based off the record, and most of the national experts, most of the people in the quote unquote know are going to pick Green Bay to win. So in order for you to shock the world like we've been talking about, you're going to have to raise your level, which they got 25 players that was on a Super Bowl team that made it there in 19. So they know what it's going to take. to raise their level, and they know they're gonna have to raise their level of play. So it's gonna be important that in a week going forward they get physically as healthy as they can be on attention to details, be on point with everything in order to give themselves a chance to win the game. So Kyle gonna try to make it a slugfest and try to shorten the game to try to limit the possessions that Aaron Rodgers can have, which it can strain on your offense because it's like every third down becomes more crucial. You gotta be more on point with executing because it's a thin line. It's the margin for error is really thin because you're trying to keep the ball away from them, but you have to possess the ball as well. That's what I'm saying. In this game, you're gonna have to be a little more aggressive, I think, and maybe go away from your tendencies. I ain't saying abandon or run and throw it every play. No, I'm not saying that, but you're gonna have to, come in a way that maybe Green Bay ain't looking for you to come to have a chance. Because 23 points ain't gonna beat Green Bay. You're gonna have to score
Well,
30,
similar to what
35.
they did tonight, because everybody would think they was gonna come out running the ball. They came
Right.
out passing, and then they actually were able to run off the strength of passing.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, you can see something similar against Green Bay. Personally, I think they're gonna. I think the Debo out of the backfield against Green Bay gonna be able to work. I don't think the linebacking core is that fast. Personally, like the Smith brothers,
Yeah.
I think we can definitely get them boys. You
Mm-hmm.
feel me? Not to mention, in my opinion, we already kind of own them physically anyway. I do
Yeah.
agree with you that they need to, sprinkle in Jeff Wilson or another back because you need to keep Debo and Elijah Mitchell fresh as you can. But I think we could pound them. I think we could get some play action popping, but Alexander on one side, you got the young boy Stokes on the other side. They got some good corners, two excellent safeties. You're gonna need to be Jimmy gonna have to handle his business. But I think it's gonna be similar to everything they've been doing since they've been winning. Run the ball 30 times, might pass it 20, 25 times, depending on, the
Mm-hmm.
possessions. But
Yeah.
when he do let it go, he gonna need to be accurate. And like I say, get Kittle involved, they'll be all right.
Yeah. Well, how many attempts did he have tonight?
Who that? Kittle?
No, how many attempts did Jimmy have tonight?
25.
Okay, we talked
Yeah.
about that. I said that yesterday when we was on with Breeze. I said he gonna have to put it up between 20 to 25 times or 25 to 30 times and be, near, 20 out of 25 or 20 out of 30. I know you read the stats at the beginning, so I don't know what his final stat line was,
Yeah,
but
he's 16 to 25. And like you said, if he hit on a couple of those passes that he missed on, he'll be
yeah,
18 to 19 to 25 with a touchdown or two.
yeah.
So,
And that's the thing. In this game, you might have to go to 30, 35 attempts, depending on how the Florida game go. So he had the 25 attempts. He was 16 to 25. Like I said, he had two. Really, he should have had both of those passes completed to IU, which would have brought him 18 to 25. Okay, so we know against Green Bay, while you want to run it 25 to 30, 35 times, you're going to have to at least attempt maybe 30 to 35 passes, which we know the more that he is throwing, there's more risk for turnovers, you know. So especially, if they were to be behind. But we got to look in this game against Green Bay where he's going to have to maybe put it up 30 to 35 times, and he's going to have to complete at least 20 to 25 of those 30 to 35 attempts to keep the chains, to give them the opportunity to score. And when they do get in the red zone against Green Bay, you got to score. This may be the game where Kyle, you're gonna have to go for it on fourth down. You had the I think it was one or two times you had fourth downs, you punted or you went with the field goal. I can't remember in the second half. Against Green Bay, depending on how the Florida game goes, and if you behind 7 or 10 points, which we don't want, You're gonna have to go for it on fourth down. You're gonna have to take more gamble. This game, to me, is like the New Orleans game in 19. You're gonna have to pull out all the stops in order to beat Green Bay. You're gonna have to be aggressive against Green Bay. You know, we saw how they came out in that game against New Orleans when they played in 19. They came out throwing, attacking, moving the ball because at that particular time they couldn't stop New Orleans. New Orleans had gotten on top of them. So Kyle knew it was a big game. He couldn't get behind, so he had to get the ball to his playmakers. And then once he was able to get back in the game, then the game kind of settled, and then it was a back and forth, and in the fourth quarter, the fireworks started up again. It's gonna be a similar type thing to me against Green Bay. You're gonna have to be more aggressive, which means you're gonna have to put the ball in Jimmy's hand a little bit more in order for him to have a chance to be able to to give yourself a chance to win. You're gonna have to go for it on fourth down. You're gonna have to be more aggressive, maybe even going downfield more, at times. And you still want to be balanced. You still want to try to run the ball. You still want to try to maintain the ball and possess the ball and control the time of the clock to keep your defense from having to deal with Aaron Rodgers for gazillions of snaps. But yeah, they're gonna have to pull out more of the stops against Green Bay, as opposed to the Cowboys. This game plan was able to, that you had for the Cowboys, beat the Cowboys. You're gonna have a totally different game plan and mindset going against Green Bay because of who you have on the other side, Aaron Rodgers. Then they playing at home too. So, like I said, I think they know that they're gonna have to raise their level of play. They're gonna have to, do the penalties and the kind of the sloppiness that was kind of shown at times. You're gonna have to get rid of that in order to have a chance against them. But like I said, man, we ain't complaining about the outcome of it. We happy about the outcome of it. We happy that they have won and that they go on. I hope they give them a Sunday game and not a Saturday game. That's a quick turnaround, having to travel, to Green Bay, coming off a Sunday game. So hopefully we get another Sunday game. Maybe it's a Sunday, maybe it's a Sunday evening game or something, to where, that'll give them time to rest, Fred, and, try to get Nick back, and try to get these boys as rested as they can. But we know they ain't gonna be in no pads. You know what I'm saying? Shanahan ain't putting them boys in no pads. It's gonna be, helmets and short and jogging pants or whatever they put on when they out there practicing. So like I said, man, it was a good victory. We happy that they won the game. They kind of held on. We was all kind of holding on with them for for a little minute. But like I said, maybe this is what they needed, because every playoff game ain't gonna be no blowout. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna just come in there and just smack somebody, especially when you on the road. So we the first road team in the playoffs to win a road game out of all of the games that's been played thus far. You know what I'm saying? So, we did what we had to do, to get the dub. It wasn't pretty in the second half, but they made enough plays, and that's all that mattered. And we talked about it yesterday. There's somebody, let's just make the plays that's got to be made in those crucial moments in order for us to get the victory, and that's what they did. So, like I said, man, the favors, we ain't complaining tonight. We got another week to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Actually, them playing the game, not talking about no off-season stuff. So, so that's good right there. So, like I said, man, I just think, I'm just looking ahead because, like I said, the Cowboys, y'all done. Dak, you had a great year. You probably be comeback player of the year. You know what I'm saying? Y'all killed yourself with the penalties. You know what I'm saying? But we contributed to that because y'all couldn't control our offensive and defensive line. So now we're going to have to play our A game. You know what I'm saying? It's the game we're going to have to play our best game in order to advance, to get a chance. But they got a chance, and that's all you want to give yourself is an opportunity to do it. And so they have. So
one of them, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, we're gonna have to be on top of our game. That's just it. So, like I said, just looking back at the game, great start to the game. Great first half, third quarter, y'all for the most part was on point. You give Dallas credit; they wasn't going to just lie down and fold. They made the plays to get themselves back in it. We kind of helped them at times, with the turnover. It was like just the timing of it was wrong, but they had enough guts, still guts, to hold it in. So, like I said, man, no zeros in terms of like an individual player costing us the game. Special teams, I don't know about Hightower. Might be time for him to roll out, but we'll look at that, another day. But they did enough and they made enough plays to get the victory. So now it's on the Green Bay. It's a bigger challenge. They're gonna have to raise their level of play, and they're gonna have to be on point with the execution and everything that's gonna be required to pull off a monumental upset. But there's always one game in that divisional round where somebody get caught. You know what I'm saying? So maybe it's gonna be us catching them because they didn't been to 2 straight NFC championship games and lost. So
it's all good, bro. Shit, I feel like, like you say, we playing with house money. We gonna enjoy this victory for these 24 hours, live it up tonight. I'm about to eat good, watch a
yeah,
little TV, and shit, man, we'll get at it, break down Green Bay as
yeah,
we go to try to beat another storied franchise in these playoffs, bro. So
mm,
you know what it is, faithful boys. P Warrior _9 been good. Bang bang, playoff dub, and we out of here.
peace, bang
Yeah.
bang.